the previous episode, I linked my destiny to that of White-Paws with this solemn oath. If the she-wolf agrees to collaborate in our quest, I promise to devote the rest of my life to the defense of the wolf. The new leader of the Manitous Pack has accepted my proposal. Thanks to her, Monique, Reynald, and I were able to observe her eldest daughter, the lovely Comi. White-Paws gave birth at the end of April. We place our hope in our good relationship with her. I feel the best is yet to come. This morning, White-Paws cautiously approaches a cache of her mate where she is already fed. The scent of a black bear worries her. White-Paws notices that the bear found the cache and ate the beaver's remains. With its sphagnum moss having antiseptic properties, the edge of the peat bogs is a perfect place to bury carcasses. Dwarf Cassandra bushes embellish this habitat. Their flowers attract ants and other insects, which are swallowed by birds like this female red-winged blackbird. Several beaver families thrive in the muskeg's region. This environment is full of life. An excellent hunting area for wolves. This bear may be the one who emptied the Manitous cache. The peat bog plants seem to delight it. White-Paws easily followed the thief's trail. The bear has nothing to fear from a lone wolf. Resigned and disappointed, White-Paws leaves with an empty stomach. However, she remains on the lookout for prey. What is the point of looking at the sandhill cranes? They would fly away as soon as the wolf tried to approach them. White-Paws gives up hunting and heads towards the den. A pair of killdeers nest along the forest road near the dead-end clearing. The male and female brood in turn, but their identical plumage makes them difficult to tell apart. Nesting in this place is risky, since wolves pass there at any time of the day or night. The return of White-Paws causes the birds react. They fake to have a broken wing in order to lure the wolf away from their nest. Will their strategy work? To tell the truth, White-Paws does not care much about the killdeers, who bother her ears every day during her trips to the den. The brave killdeers slowly learn to live with the wolves, to the point that soon they will no longer be alarmed by seeing them crossing the clearing. A fine example of adaptation and sharing of the territory. That spring, the abnormally warm weather disrupted natural cycles and the vegetation grew faster than usual. The heat and the early appearance of mosquitoes made the wolves nocturnal and reduced our chances to observe them. Nevertheless, thanks to the reassuring presence of White-Paws, our first encounter with Hiawatha, the new alpha male of the Manitous, went wonderfully. We were keeping watch near a marsh at sunset when he appeared. He followed his mate calmly, as if he had seen us before. Besides, maybe it was the case. Even with his fur molting, Hiawatha made a strong impression on us. What a big and beautiful wolf. His size was equivalent to that of Bigfoot, but there was a pride and nobility about him that was unique. The tolerance of the pair allowed us to hope to see the pups during the summer. Until then, we had to stay attentive so as not to miss anything. A spring morning as I like them. The beavers are happy. For them, there is nothing like a friendly fight to strengthen their family ties. We observe interesting behaviors. We share the peaceful life of our neighbors. Yet we know that something unexpected can happen at any time. The Chubbys detected the wolf well before I did. It is Hiawatha. My presence must have thwarted his plans. The Chubbys got scared. They all took refuge in their lodge. There is no point in continuing the observation in this sector of the bay. A pretty little stream cascades near the Chubbys Bay, in a clearing dotted with common violets and strawberries. A pair of chipping sparrows want to nest in what appears to be a haven of peace. Dandelions do not just attract butterflies. This bear and her cub swallow both flowers and grass. The young black bear, who is in its second spring, shows itself more and more independent. The presence of these bears could well discourage the sparrows from nesting in the area. Who would want such gluttons for neighbors? The chipping sparrows of the Chubbys Bay were not the only ones to be wary of bears. The Manitous were having food caches stolen because there were not enough members in the pack to watch both the den and the carcasses. By mid-May, we knew with certainty there were only 2 adults, White-Paws and Hiawatha. The family unit also included 2 one-year-old sub-adults, Comi and her brother Lewis. Of course, there were an unknown number of wolf pups who were monopolizing the attention of the parents of the big brother and sister from the litter of 2009. It was very stimulating. We saw Comi less often. She had to act as guardian or godmother and rarely left the rendezvous site. As for Lewis, he was a young wolf full of goodwill and audacity, except that he lacked experience. It has been a while since this bear came to the west end of the clearing. Its appetite for young plants makes it forget this area is defended by wolves. Obviously, White-Paws has a sixth sense, allowing her to detect the slightest threat to her pups. Despite the headwinds, she guessed a black bear was lurking at the edge of the family rendezvous site. Either she will call for reinforcements to force the bear to flee, or she will let it continue its journey, knowing it represents no danger. The incident is over for White-Paws, but not for me, because I find myself much too close to the bear. It is time to leave the premises. Marshes and beaver ponds attracted abundant wildlife to the plantations, and we could observe it from our vehicle on many sections of logging roads. With luck, we could see wolves, black bears, moose, and a wide variety of birds. Extraordinary places where nested the indigo bunting, the ring-necked duck, the common goldeneye, and the swamp sparrow. A true paradise for wildlife observation. It is there, within the expanses of blueberry bushes in bloom, that two pairs of birds were already raising their young. Sandhill cranes and eastern bluebirds. Unlike bluebird nestlings, sandhill crane chicks follow their parents out of the nest a few hours after hatching. Adults guide them, protect them, and show them what to eat. Bluebird nestlings grow up in safety inside a cavity. By comparison, sandhill crane chicks seem much exposed to danger. The cranes head to a ditch where a feast awaits them. Dragonflies, bluebirds prefer grasshoppers and caterpillars. I am only a simple observer, yet seeing sandhill crane chicks evolve openly in the plantation fills me with anxiety. They are so tiny and vulnerable. But I should not worry. Parents stand guard and courageously defend their chicks if necessary. An undesirable character does not go unnoticed for long in the plantation. especially if it is a bear. Sandhill cranes are capable of attacking and routing a black bear. However, I doubt they will be able to repel wolves. The chicks were lucky, because in late May and early June, the moose calving kept the Manitous busy. Tonight we are treated to an astonishing show. Instead of isolating herself before giving birth, a cow moose seeks the company of a bull. Her calf moves in her belly. Moose do not form lasting pairs, and the male plays no role with his offspring. So why this association? The urgency to reproduce explains the bird spring pairing. The bond between these moose is temporary. I guess when there are two, it is easier to sniff out a predator. In trying to explain everything, we often lose sight of the essential. Wild animals are free to act as they want, to innovate, and to contravene the behaviors of the majority. Exceptional behaviors actively contribute to the evolution of species. I am back with our beaver neighbors for an evening I hope will be pleasant and rich in observation. The patriarch is eating a few meters from me. As usual, the others settle here and there near the shore. An American robin raises the alarm. It is White-Paws. She stays long enough for me to take good pictures. I thought the Chubbys would go and hide in their lodge, but no. The patriarch went to where the wolf stood. Obviously, the Chubbys were shocked to have seen the wolf so close to their lodge. I was above all surprised White-Paws moved so far away from her pups, who were only 3 weeks old. In fact, the lactation of the mother wolf was decreasing and the pups had probably begun to eat regurgitated flesh. The whole pack had to hunt to feed these new mouths. In the next episode, our observations will allow us to better understand how the Manitous organize their daily life as June approaches. Young Lewis, son of Hiawatha and White-Paws, will be entrusted with a very important mission, and you will be as surprised as us by the new Chubbys mascot. A rendezvous not to be missed in the land of the wolf.
Then again, my